So, we're very pleased to have with us after break. He's taking my chair. Okay. Mr. Brandon Schaefer. Brandon is a Facebook expert and will help us understand Facebook success. So, Brandon, do you want a microphone or do you want to speak without a microphone?
No, I'll speak without a mic.
Okay, in 10 minutes and you turn into vapor.
I won't even take it then. All right, everybody. Like you said, I'm Brandon. Here, I'm going to just go through some simple guides. I run a company that fast tracks and funds innovative entrepreneur ideas, so everybody's in here is probably an entrepreneur. I'm definitely in the right spot. We're going to go over two main parts today. First is how to raise your engagement, and the second is how to use Facebook ads. And when I talk about Facebook, most of the stuff you probably think of when you hear social is you getting spaghetti and throwing it up against the wall. That is not what you want to do with your social media posting, okay? And in fact, in some terms, you might not even want to post anything. You might just want to sit back and listen, because you can determine a lot of information just by watching companies similar to yours, what type of information they're posting, okay? So let's go into it first, how to raise engagement. So I'm just going to go over 3 or 4 quick tips. I'll give you some information here, and we'll go from there. So photos, right? So if you look at any of the major brands out there, always include a photo whenever you post something, whether it be on Twitter, whether it be on LinkedIn, whether it be on Google+, whether it be on Pinterest. Well, obviously, to have a photo is on Pinterest. But, you know, look at this. Photos account for 93% of the most engaging posts, right? 84% more click-throughs than just text, all right? If that tells you anything, look at your own feed. When you post something, post an image with it. Second, the shorter, the simpler, the better it's going to be, okay? Don't try to share your whole story when you post something. Just post something very, very short with good text, right? With maybe a call to action. Click here to learn more. Like, you know, just keep it simple. Post on Thursdays or Fridays, okay? Post, and this is just like across the entire board for every industry, is Thursdays or Fridays. But if you're in a different type of industry, know your industry. Like everybody has said before me, understand your industry. So if you're a weekend industry, then post on weekends. If you're a hairdresser and you work and you're off on Sunday and Monday or whatever their day off is, right? Then Monday, and you sell to that market, then Monday you might want to be posting because that's when they're not working. So you got to know your market. Questions are a great way. I know someone mentioned it earlier. Ask a question. You want to learn something, simply ask. You know, everybody tries to beat around the bush with stuff. You know, you don't need to beat around the bush. If you want to know what color they like, come out and say, what's your favorite color? Right? We're all trying to figure out, if you had to buy a car, what color, what kind of brand would it be? And oh, by the way, what color it is. Just stop the nonsense. Just come right out and ask. Questions work. Even like a fill in the blank. I love to do this on Sunday. And this is the blank part, right? And then what you're doing is you're gathering that information on what those people like to do, right? Because if they like your page, they probably like what you do. You're trying to figure out information. So then you go back through that feed and you see who likes what. You enter that into your CRM, your customer relationship management tool. And then you put them into a segmented marketing bucket, which in turn says that I like blue, he likes red, she likes green. Well, you know what? When you get a marketing piece from us, yours is going to come in green. Mine's going to come in blue. Yours is going to come in red or whatever color I said. So we start to use all this stuff to gather information. Contests. Everybody's on it. And like I said, I'm talking about Facebook. You can replace Facebook with Google+, with Twitter. They're all very, very similar. Everybody sees the contest come through their feed, right? So if you have a business and you want to have a contest or something else like that, and get likes or whatever else, or I wouldn't even focus on likes. I mean, likes is pretty much ridiculous at this point. What you want to focus on is getting more information about the customer or converting a sale. How about that? We all get stuck in, you know, this whole thing where likes. I want likes or like. A like doesn't matter. What you want is somebody clicking the buy now button. or the learn more about button, or the download this button. You know, that's what you want. And contests are a simple way to do that. Coupons and discounts. Yeah, Mano, you mentioned horses earlier. You know, you get on there, you provide a small piece of information, a small helpful, useful, or engaging piece of information about whatever industry you're in. You're in the paper industry, the cards, I guess, or whatever else it is, right? So you provide a helpful, like if I'm in the card industry, I'm doing on Facebook, I'm not saying, buy this card. What I'm saying is, hey, Mother's Day is coming up, and if you're male, you most likely forgot, right? So here are 10 tips that I'm going to give you, plus a reminder, so you don't mess up next time, right? And by the way, if you want, enter your email address, right? And when you enter your email address, next year, a month before Mother's Day, I'm going to send you an email to remind you. That's it. One time a year. Okay? Bam. It can be as simple as that. And oh, by the way, for your first time discount, 35% off, or buy one, get one free. You know, this stuff makes sense. I'm not a rocket scientist here, so I'm just talking about what makes sense in the real world. All right? So, Facebook ads. And again, you can use ads on all the different networks. I know Lance talked about Google ads. Google Plus, not really available to ads. They are in a certain way, but you kind of got to go a roundabout way. I won't go into that. So, again, like everybody mentioned, be specific. Be as specific as you can. People come to me all the time, and I'll just give this example of popcorn. They want to sell popcorn to the world, right? It's not going to work, okay? What you want to do is sell popcorn to the guy, to the grandfather that goes to Coney Island every single year for July 4th with his 2 grandkids, okay? That's being specific. That's your target market, right? Not the entire state of Delaware or Pennsylvania or wherever the heck we are, okay? You be specific. That's the bottom line, okay? Like anybody has said here, be specific. Have a call to action. Oh my goodness. I can lay on the floor and flop around like a fish out of water here. If you don't have a call to action, if you're not being crystal clear on what you want the person to do, they're never going to do it, right? You go to a web page, you go to a web page, and it has great content, and you read a blog post, and there's nothing at the bottom, right? There's just no clear call to action, right? I've seen people with a website with one page, a landing page, right, that says, here's what we do. Click here now for an appointment. No other page, nothing else. 0.0, right? But they do the proper SEO behind that, all right? So have a crystal clear call to action. Please fill out our survey. I know John talked about that a little bit in his a minute ago. Use your demographics. There are so many tools available to you. Age, location, male, female. If I'm a male, I don't want to be marketed to like a female is being marketed to because I have different needs, right? So people have, like we're working with the company now, they have 90,000 people on the email list, okay? And yet they market to, everybody gets the same message, right? I said, that model's broken. It doesn't work. Segment your list. You know, get your list down and segment even further, right? With the HVAC. You know, segment by Yardley, by Newtown, by here, you know. Get as specific as possible, even by neighborhood. Hey, and I've seen this with realtors too. Hey, we just did your neighbor's house. You know, can we do, or your neighborhood? Be very specific. Facebook really allows you to drill down and do all different types of audiences. So use that. And I mean, Square County has used it. We're still a work in progress. And then, as always, continue to test and see what works. Right? The faster, I will tell you, I got 54 seconds. But I will tell you, I probably have failed more than anybody in this room. You wouldn't know it. I couldn't even talk as a kid, and I'm up here talking. So I have failed physically. I have failed mentally, right? I failed in every single way. I failed in businesses, multiple businesses. I still fail. I'll probably fail in one later this year. But the fact is, I really don't care. Because it's what you do with that lesson. You got to test, you got to look at the analytics, you got to use the tools, and you got to use the resources that are provided to you, right? And the number one thing is surround yourself with people that do stuff better than you, right? There are people in this room that do stuff a lot better than me. I just happen to be given the opportunity to speak here. But surround yourself with people, with experts that do stuff. I'm not the know-it-all. 99% of the stuff that when people come to me, I don't know the answer. But you know what? I know the very, very best person in the industry that's going to do it for the least amount of price and give you the highest value. So that's it. I'm out. 12 seconds.